No, I don't believe they are. I believe Golden State remains the top threat, and then I believe the second threat is the Cleveland Cavaliers themselves. I'm telling you, when adversity hits, and if they've lost 4 of 6, the Cavs, I'm telling you, can become their own worst enemy. But as it relates to San Antonio versus Golden State, look, Kevin Durant is going to come back healthy. Golden State is the top threat still. It's great what Kawhi Leonard and the Spurs have done, but Tony Parker still got a little too much wear on his tires for me. And LaMarcus Aldridge has backed up a little bit and not ascended going to the San Antonio. I love what San Antonio is doing. Again, it'd be a nice series, but Golden State is still the top threat.
I will say this. LeBron's the best player in the world. When the Pacers gave them trouble, it was Roy Hibbert. LeBron doesn't struggle. You have to have a secret sauce for LeBron. Hibbert, an average player, became a problem. Became a problem. Bogut last year was a problem. Got hurt, series over. Paul George could be at times a little problem, but generally you put wing on wing, even as good as Kawhi Leonard is, LeBron can overcome him. If you look at the Celtics, when Miami got Chris Bosh, it forced Kevin Garnett to leave the paint, and therefore Garnett left the middle, opened it up for LeBron. To me, LeBron matches up so well with Golden State. Who's their rim protector? Now, JaVale McGee, again, is beyond serviceable.
Durant's been their best rim protector.
Okay, and he won't be at 100%. Yeah. So we saw how LeBron matched up in 13 finals games against Golden State. We have seen it now in 2 finals. Psychologically, physically, he goes right at them. He has struggled with mediocre players like Roy Hibbert. Older players, Kevin Garnett, around the iron. I think San Antonio's got size. They got Kawhi. They've got a great coach. They've got girth. I think San Antonio can throw a lot of stuff at LeBron. I think he believes no Bogut, no bigs. I can go right at. That's how he attacks Golden State.
I'm with Colin. I think that even throughout LeBron's career, but especially lately since he's not quite the athlete he used to be, he doesn't finish that well over length. Okay, he can finish obviously over it, but it's not something that he's great at anymore. And obviously the Spurs have more length. And they have shown in 3 NBA Finals matchups that they can throw some stuff at him that he still puts up huge numbers and plays well, but that makes him think, that gives him pause, that it's harder for him to dominate. We saw last year, even when they lose to the Warriors, he's dominant.
Controls the series.
I do think the Spurs are the tougher matchup. It's close, but I go with the Spurs.
I think right now, psychologically, they own Golden State. I think there's something that's being missed here, and that is all of that history. LeBron understands winning. He understands organizations. He's experienced that being in Cleveland, going to Miami, coming back. X factor in that to me is Greg Popovich, who he's on record respecting this season alone. So he's going to have to go against a lot of history. With San Antonio, are they getting closer to the end of the window? It's a lot of passion and urgency there beyond the history to get a title this year. I think by far San Antonio poses the most problems. And lastly, what about the continuity? Durant's out. Yeah. How quickly does that happen when and if he gets back healthy?
I think we all realize the playoffs are you get a long warm-up. Kevin Durant will be back for the start of the playoffs. I believe when these teams met, Golden State hammered Cleveland. Yeah. And so, again, Kevin Durant is going to get a lot of build-up before we get to June and face each other in the finals. I think the chemistry issue with Golden State will be a non-factor by the time we get to the finals. And Kevin Durant's length, along with JaVale McGee, who to me is a bit more active than even a Bogut at the rim, I think could be a problem for LeBron.
As great as athletes are, I mean, A-Rod's one of the all-time great baseball players. But once upstairs he doubts himself, they dropped him to 8th in the batting order. Remember, famously against the Tigers. Even the greatest players of our lifetime, they can be messed with. I mean, Greg Norman, great golfer, goes into the tank.
Who are you talking about, Curry or Greg?
Think about LeBron. When LeBron has struggled, the Dallas series, lost total confidence. When I watch LeBron play San Antonio, there's doubt. When I watch him play Golden State, he is never more aggressive. Even LeBron has had moments of self-doubt in his career. Never against this, as you call him, the best suburban team in NBA history, the Warriors. He feels like I'm the alpha male. These are suburb kids, man.
Yeah, and guys, to me, it's not so much about the offense. Who's the best shooting team in the NBA today? I'm taking the Cavs. Have you seen them from three? Kyrie Irving. Even LeBron is knocking down threes. Yeah. Kyle Korver. J.R. Smith's not back. Kevin Love.
Channing Frye.
Channing Frye. It's not, to me, about getting to and finishing at the... Offensively, I think they'll be fine. To me, really, the issues are on the defensive end. If they don't have anybody consistently who can play up front, help them be dynamic and defend when other teams are looking and trying to get to the rim.
Spurs? You think they'll have trouble guarding the Spurs?
I think they'll have trouble guarding anyone in the West in the final situation because here's why. Here's why. In the finals, things are heightened in terms of focus. You've seen a team a billion times, little adjustments here and there. All the coaches have made them. So it becomes more and more difficult to execute when you get to that point. And if you don't have a piece that can take away, y'all talk about rim protection, to take that away, that could be a big issue.